Our first night in Colorado on the 2019 backpacking trip finds us in the Round Mountain U.S. Forestry Service campground. So there's not much here, but we're close to the trailhead where we're going to start our Lost Creek Wilderness Loop tomorrow morning, about 20 minutes away from here. The weather is splendid. It's like 70 degrees. At home it's been in the 90s. So it's nice to be back in Colorado. We are here at Twin Eagles Trailhead and Campground, about to begin our 2019 backpacking loop in the Lost Creek Wilderness. It's a nice, pleasant 58 degrees to start the hike off. Getting a nice early start. It's 7:30 in the morning. We're ready to go.
So we are on the Brookside McCurdy Trail, and we have Fred Flintstone's house. What did he always say?
Yabba dabba doo. Wilma.
We just started. It's beautiful. It's like 58 degrees.
Wonderful weather.
Skies are looking nice.
Nice scenery to start off. No snow-capped mountains, but cool rock formations.
So he's a little of a rough start for the Flatlanders to get our mountain legs, but slow and steady we get there.
So we're about 3 miles into the trip, starting to gain some elevation. Real nice, kind of a quaint hike so far, through some aspen forest and wildflowers and such. About 3 more miles and we're gonna see some peaks, I hope. Jason ascending the Brookside McCurdy Trail.
Switchbacks.
We have arrived in the Lost Creek Wilderness. Thank you, Vanna.
That's my best Vanna.
Little creek crossing as we approach McCarty Park. Six miles into our hike, we're trying to make a decision if we want to go that way towards some peaks, camp there tonight, or go that way towards McCarty Park and get down in by Refrigerator Gulch and do a different loop than we anticipated. So we're trying to figure that out now. See if Jason made any decisions.
I did.
What's the decision?
Let's go that way.
Which way?
It's the right. Well, we can camp somewhere around here.
Mm-hmm.
And we can explore and actually maybe have some fun in there.
That's what I was thinking.
And we're going to be doing peaks the next 2 days after that we leave, so.
Right, and who knows how those peaks are.
Yeah.
We know Elbert and Challenger are going to be cool. All right.
All right, sounds good. Plus, we're staying at a lower elevation tonight, so we're not 11,000 feet the second night.
So we're doing a completely different loop than we anticipated. We're definitely figuring this one out on the fly. So the decision has been made to continue north to McCarty Park. We're going to camp down there by some water and then take the loop to the east and south. Been a pretty day so far, but nothing that's completely blown me away.
No.
Hopefully it gets better starting now. I believe this little meadow is considered McCurdy Park. Pretty awesome in here.
So we left McCurdy Park about 1.5 miles ago. And it's just down, down, down. Switchbacks down. We've dropped about 1,000 feet from McCurdy Park. So far, Lost Creek has been long stretches of up, long stretches of down. So it makes for a little bit difficult hike, but most of it's in the trees, so you have dappled shade most of the time. Mosquitoes are probably a 6 out of 10. Just depends on what you're used to, accustomed to. Don't fall in. Oh, that part's tricky.
So we're about 10 miles into our first day, and it's only about 1:30, but we're getting kind of tired. So we're thinking we're gonna go up over this ridge and then down and meet up with the Lost Creek, try to find a camp somewhere around there, close to water. Seems like this next 8 miles or so are gonna be real pretty. Pretty good scenery on this trail, this stretch of it. Still trying to make it down to find our campsite for night 1 in the Lost Creek Wilderness. And it's very pretty, this stretch. Walking through aspen trees, and see all these red cliffs everywhere. A little bit of rain is coming down, which actually feels kind of good. Cool us off. Airplane? Tight switchbacks in here. Nice and shaded though. So we picked our campsite for night one right along the Lost Creek, about a 1/10 of a mile to get to the creek. But we looked at maybe 4 or 5 sites. This is the one we are going to end up at. Less buggy than right along the shore. Looks pretty splendid. That's the trail to get to the creek for water. I like it. It's very nice.
Yeah. Wish I had a hammock.
This is about a 1/2 mile downstream of where we are camped on night one. And this is the Lost Creek. And the Lost Creek disappears into this cavern. Would be super fun to get down there, but it looks kind of treacherous. Pretty cool. So we're here at near the Lost Creek at a campsite. Kind of buggy, so we made a fire. Served its purpose.
More of a smoke out.
Yes.
Intentionally.
Yes, the mosquitoes are much better now. Making some, what are these, border-to-border burritos? Trying to get them hydrated.
Sans our taco shells, we forgot them.
There's our camp over here. It's a pretty nice evening. Nice view from camp too. Packing up in the morning of day 2, the Lost Creek Wilderness. Very pretty skies this morning, not a cloud in the sky. Ready for day 2, Jason?
Yep. Be a little more comfortable than day 1.
Except for that first, like 50 steps.
Yeah. Get the bugs out.
Mm-hmm. After a 1/10 of a mile of day 2, getting thrown right into it. Up, up, up. Over this rocky ridge.
Day 2. The terrain so far is short ups, short downs, very rocky, very steep.
Very nice views too. Alright, morning of day 2. We are leaving the Lost Creek and heading in the direction of Refrigerator Gulch. It's been very pretty. Some short, steep climbs up and down. Wonderful weather. Can't beat it.
So it's day 2, we're headed towards Refrigerator Gulch. The trail so far is little ups, little downs.
Short, steep.
Short and steep, but then there's a lot of flat sections. Unlike yesterday where it was up, 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 down, 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 down. This is, I don't know, kind of a nice, comfortable trail. Beautiful views, rock outcroppings everywhere.
Still making our way toward Refrigerator Gulch. These are just some of the vistas that we are seeing along the way. Pretty glad we chose to come this direction and do this loop. So we apparently burned right past Refrigerator Gulch, and we are surprisingly already at the junction of the Goose Creek Trail. So I guess we missed Refrigerator Gulch. Now our trail is going to turn south toward the Goose Creek trailhead. So we took the little spur trail to this old housing for employees who tried to dam up the Lost Creek. It's pretty cool. This building was built in the 1913. Kind of neat how you can still walk through here. It's definitely constructed well back in the day. Looks like an old stove, bed. There's upstairs too. Pretty neat.
Little mouse looking at me. Or ground squirrel. Piso pie.
That was an epic water crossing. Epic. So we're taking an afternoon break here by the Goose Creek trailhead. Went down to the creek down here, looked at some water, cleaned up a bit, dipped our feet in there. Felt good, refreshing. Jason's showing some skin. And we got about, I don't know, maybe 3 miles left for today. We were almost to the point where the junction of the Goose Creek Trail and Hankins Pass Trail meet. So we're gonna try to get 2-3 miles up that next trail and camp. But some weather is moving in, so we're gonna plan on getting wet. And there it is, Hankins Pass. Back to the car.
If only we're that close.
Yeah. Tomorrow. It's only a day away.
It's wide open too.
One of the many quick crossings in the Hankins Pass Trail. This trail has been very different than the previous one. It's like meanders along this creek. It's very tranquil. It's not majestic peaks, but still pleasant and enjoyable. Making some dinner for tonight, chicken gumbo. Doesn't look like much, but it's gonna taste good. We ended up avoiding that storm cloud that went to our left, and we never did get rained on. So we're about 1.5 miles short of Hankins Pass. We're gonna hit that first thing tomorrow morning, and then head on out to Leadville. The storm cloud finally caught up with us, so just in time for dinner, it starts to rain. So at least we have our tent set up, but we're going to have dinner in the rain tonight. The nightly hanging of the bear bag. Making some coffee in the morning at day 3. Looking forward to it. It's about 50 degrees this morning, pretty windy. Otherwise, should be a good day for about a 6-mile hike out to the car. We're about 1 mile into day 3, headed up to Hankins Pass. Again, 3rd day in a row. Couldn't ask for better weather. It's nice and cool, probably in the 60s, with a nice steady breeze and a nice steady up to get up to the pass. Looks like we have arrived at Hankins Pass. Not too awe-inspiring of a pass.
I found a human.
Hey, how are you?
Hankins Pass Trail, Lake Park Trail.
Not too impressive of a pass, I would say.
Yeah, it's a low pass, so it's, I mean, there's pretty aspen trees, but it's not the 12,000 foot passes that give you the beautiful views everywhere.
Whatever.
Beautiful morning though.
Yeah. Almost back to the trailhead on day 3. It was a easier stretch to get back here than we anticipated. Definitely less tired than last year at the end of the trip. Last year we had 5 days in the Wind River Range. This was 3 days in the Lost Creek Wilderness. It was a pleasant enough hike, but not a whole lot of awe-inspiring highlights.
I see the Jeep.
Nice.
Yeah, today we thought we'd have a pretty decent rough uphill switchback, and we both read the map incorrectly, and it was a switch down.
So the only really hard thing we had was that pass, and it wasn't even that hard.
Yeah, not too bad.
So, but ready for some showers and seeing people in Leadville, and on to Mount Elbert tomorrow.
I see the Jeep.
Do you see it?
Coming over the hill, I saw it.
Nice.